What's up, guys, and welcome back to Watsy's Subbuteo Show with myself, Watsy, and my good friend Martin O'Bradley, my better rival. How are you?
Grand.
Grand. You sure you're all right?
Nah, 5-4. Not in the form for it at all. But just go on with it.
Is this resulting from Monday night's Subbuteo? No.
No.
Right. Just checking. Obviously we had a wee competition again on Monday night. We'll talk about that in the results. Nothing strange going on in the world. Everybody's still flicking away, so it's good to see. Plenty of comments in the Twitter and the Facebooks about our latest show. So thanks everybody, and it's just good to keep it going. This week we're going to revisit a guest from last year. So before we do that, we're going to have a wee check-in fantasy football and see what's going on in the world of fantasy football. Check it out. So, changes at the top, Bradley. We have Brenton Ashley is back on top. He's knocked off Emma Ackroyd. Ballyjohn Blues is in second. Emma Ackroyd's down to third. Dynamo Devoke, John Henson is in fourth. And Thomas O'Flaherty is in fifth. I think Barry Spence has had a good week. He has jumped up somewhere to sixth.
Oh,
he stayed in sixth. Bradley, you at one stage at the weekend were above me, but the Edward scored for me on Monday night against Arsenal, and it's dropped you down to, where's it dropped you? It's dropped you to 24th, I think, one place below me.
Still have more points, but
you had more points, but you're still below me.
I still got more points than you.
No, you're 24th and I'm 23rd. I'm still above.
But you. I still got more points than you this week.
You sure hold. Here, this week,
10 more points than you this week.
This month's praise is sponsored by Reflex. He's going to do somebody custom team. So in that race to see who wins the custom team, at the top is Barry Spence with 123 points. Kev Holidays in second, 119 points. Thomas Regan in fourth. Bradley, you're in sixth. You have 89 points for the month so far. So I think there's two game weeks left to go. What was I going to say? The overall praise for the first place in the competition is a pitch from SA Bases, our good friend Gary Downs in South Africa. So thank you, Gary, for that as well. And thank you, Paul Pearson. Bradley, do you want to introduce our guest making a return to the second season?
Yes. Is he our second returner? Returner?
No, we had a second returner, I think.
First of a few. All right. What can you say about this German superstar, returning legend to the show, podcast supremo, the man with the golden voice, Mr. Fred Elesbao.
Welcome, Fred. Good to see you, man. Big return, second time on the show.
Servus, moin, and guten Abend for everybody there on the other side of the channel. But I'm all right. What about you guys? How's the crack, as you say in Ireland?
Crack's good. The crack's good. What's the football shirt you're wearing? Is that a Bows top?
Yes, it's an Irish show, man. It's an Irish show, so I have to put my Irish shirts there. You know, it's a special shirt. There is no sponsor, and that's a commemoration of 125 years of the club, of the Bows. Fan owned, very special in the Irish League. So it's 100% owned by the fans. So you don't need some sheik or some Russian guy, coming over. So the Bows would pass in the German 50+1 rule here. So a good salute for my friends in Dublin from the Bows. Great guys. I'm a good friend of Gary, who is the historian of the club. He always comes here to hand over some games too. I'm always go there as well. So if you organize a fist tournament or any tournament in Dublin, please let me know. I will be there for a Bulls game, and Subbuteo would be the perfect weekend for me.
Oh, it sounds like
Bulls are shite, but do you know what I mean? They can nearly do me about a sponsorship money. They have fucking tight Dublin Hoos are pulling out fucking many tenors out of their pockets, buying players. Fucking ropes like a hard-head squad.
Betting company.
They don't need it. They don't need it. They play with pride. That's the whole point.
It gets them everywhere. Gets them everywhere in the bottom of the table. They're always looking up.
Come on, they play in the Europa League this season. That was nice. They played against PAOK. I know some Bulls fans who traveled to Greece and they weren't allowed in because in Greece they have regulations against away fans. And then they went to an Irish pub to watch the game. So they were in Greece, but they weren't allowed in because they were Irish, and it was not allowed. And they went to an Irish pub in Thessaloniki and they watched the game. There's
only one League of Ireland team that's allowed to be promoted in this show, Fred.
We know. Enough. This is just.
I know.
This is the League of Ireland show. Fred, we seen you had a great weekend in Bavaria. How'd you get on? How'd you do in the actual competition?
Yeah, it's a cup, right? It's the DSDFB Cup, so it's the German Cup. So they have the cup system, so it's a little bit of the luck of the draw. So I got lucky in my draw, so I didn't get the big guys, the big names, like the actual German champion, Marcel Schulz, or the world champion under the 19th. I just played him on for the third place. I didn't get him in the beginning of my draws. So I was kind of lucky, not in disrespecting with my opponents, but they were not the big German names, right? That everybody's afraid. I just got in the semifinals, and then I lost in the semifinals, and I got fourth place because in the game for the third place I got a world champion, festive world champion under 19th. Marcel, which is great player, but was an honor played with him. It was like playing like a little kitten playing against a lion. Like the guy is literally playing with you. I felt that he was not giving like 100% because he was already pissed off because he lost the other semifinals. He's the kind of guy. He's that kind of guy who goes to a tournament to win, and he lost his semifinal as well, and he wasn't playing third. But even not giving him 100%, he still beat me 3-1. I was already happy that I scored a goal against him, so it was already an honor to score a goal against the world champion. So it was nice. So it was a good tournament. Everybody was surprised because it was my first German Cup, because I come from the tip kick scene, so I'm well known in the German game, not in the Subbuteo. But it was the first time, and I got fourth place, and everybody was surprised, and it was an honor that I surprised everybody. Simon Stewart always has,
third place.
Simon traveled with me, and he brought something to Hanover that I think all the players in Hanover start repeating, like, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, give them a bloody nose. And I love that. Like, give them a bloody nose. Let them know that they have to fight for the points or for the victory or for the goals, which I think is a great mentality. We gave them a bloody nose, and that was the point in the end, which is good.
Good.
That's brilliant.
Simon, if you're watching, great mentality. Give them a bloody nose.
Are you having a beer?
No, he's a straight edge.
Yeah, I'm straight edge.
That's right.
My only drug is Subbuteo. I'm drinking German iced tea, so I'm drinking German.
Lovely. My favourite, man.
Yeah. I don't drink alcohol. I don't use drugs. I don't smoke. So I don't have a fag like I seen last week. You having a fag of the park in the middle of the park with the kids.
It's over now.
This is the mentality. You bring kids to a park, and a grown man stands and smokes fucking cigarettes around them.
That's not the role. Right?
There's no more smoking. I'm going straight edge like you, Fred.
He's back on the crack. He's back on the crack tape. Yeah.
Trust me. The results will come. But talking about Subbuteo, I know. I'm not gonna giving names, but I think everybody in the Subbuteo scene and international scenes knows the guy. I've met an Austrian player, world-class player, one of the best Austrian players of all time, that he can't play Subbuteo without alcohol. Like he needs his beer to play, to enhance his performance. And it's really hard for him in the beginning of tournaments because the alcohol is not actually there yet in his system. So the quality is really low, but as he's getting there, he's got, I don't know what Simon Stewart always says, liquid focus. He becomes a tiger when he's really wasted, which is fascinating for me. Like he's completely wasted and he's playing like a world champion. Great guy. I'm not giving names, but everybody knows the Subbuteo scene who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
We should give
his name. He's a nice guy. He's not.
We should get him on the show.
The one that has it, isn't it?
But I don't know if it's able to do in English because it's Wolfgang Leitner. Wolfgang Leitner. He's one of the best Austrian players. A big fellow. He's a great guy. Great. You guys should invite him to the show and ask him about how the liquid focus helped him to be world champion. If you watch him being the world champion, it's a nice video. You can edit and put it the video. I can send you the link. Great game in the finals, and the liquid focus is there. You can feel it in his system. Great guy.
Fred, you could be talking about any of them Austrian boys.
What do you mean? Sorry.
You could be talking about any of them Austrians. They're all they're all the same in the beer.
It's true.
Even the English boys that go over and play for them.
Oh yeah, I met the English boys, the Chelsea boys in Bologna, and Jesus, I was impressed of how many cups, plastic cups, Elliot and Chris Thomas and Alan Lee had. Even when I just said, and they want to offer me a beer. So the first thing, Fred, you have to have a beer. Said, I'm sorry, I'm straight edge, don't worry. And it looked at me like I was from another planet. Like what? A guy in a tournament who doesn't drink a beer? No, I'm getting my orange juice, mate, and I'll be happy. But it was literally no space on the table. It was just plastic cups full of.
That's our boys.
That's the Chelsea boys, like Elliot. I don't think Chris Thomas is not a Chelsea boy. I think which team
he's from he's up north. He's from Middlesbrough, I think.
Okay.
He's from Middlesbrough.
Alan Lee's a Chelsea boy. I know.
Alan's a Chelsea boy. Elliot a Chelsea boy. Did you enjoy Bologna with them, and did you enjoy the crack with them?
That was intense, and I'm telling you, if you're in Subbuteo, you have to hit one of the majors, and Bologna is one of the biggest ones because that's where you're gonna have the big names, like the legend. And what was fascinating was I wanted to travel to Bologna to learn right from the best, and I know German players who do that, and they never had a chance to play against Carlos Flores. And my first game in Bologna was against Carlos Flores. And he destroyed me. You watched it. You added one of his goals in the last show. That was insane. That goal, I thought, was already 3-0 for him. And on that goal, if you notice, if you watch it again, I thought he was just wasting time on his left wing. I was like, he's just playing around with me like again, a big tiger playing with his meal. And then he just flipped like a crossing, perfect in ball in movement, and he hits with his right winger on the left corner. And my reaction was like, this guy's not from his planet. Like what I'm doing here.
That's frightening. But it was a frightening goal.
You shouldn't be afraid. Like you learn. Like I learned from that experience, and I learned that, for example, I've noticed with Carlos that every second touch, if you watch the game and analyze the tactics in like as an academic, like analyzing the game theory behind, like if you notice, like it's not just the speed, but also his thinking, his thinking process. Because every single touch that he does, he's sending the guy forward. So he controls the ball, and then the second touch, he's sending his guys attacking. So he doesn't need to go to the third touch with the player. Never. Only when he's in trouble. when we give him pressure, but I never had the chance to give him pressure. So every time he was touching the ball, controlling, sending the guy forward, send the guy, and it's fascinating. I never ever thought about that. Oh, what if my second touch could improve like him? Not in the same quality, but at least in the same thought process. Like my second touch with the ball should be like to arrange a future position that he's already doing. So that's why I thought he was playing with me on one part of the game and he was just preparing for the shot that came with the ball in movement. So great player, like you learn. You're totally obliterated in public, but but it was a nice experience to learn.
But it does that to everybody. You know what I mean, Fred? It does. I thought you played really well against him. You know,
but
you held your game and you got a couple of chances, didn't you?
Yeah, there is an expression that I learned in this program, watching you guys every week, that I love. I don't know if it's a Derry expression or is an Irish expression or occupied territories, 7 countings expression. I don't know, but you guys use it all the time and I love it. It's like, I think I shite the bed. Like,
shite the bed, man.
I'm playing against the Beckenbauer, Maradona, and Pelé of Subbuteo. And all my plans that I had in mind, like, I'm going to hold the ball. I'm going to try to play slow because it's too fast. All my plans that I had in my head, I just
shut the bed.
I shot the bed. Even on the shot that I had, I have a shot against Carlos Flores. Legend. If I score, I can remember that for the rest of my life. I shot the bed. Like the ball was like. I love it. Thank you very much. Learn the Irish way to speak English. That's fascinating. It's good.
Shake the bed.
That's a purely Subbuteo term. It's a pure Subbuteo term.
Yeah.
It happens to me all the time. I shake the bed all the time.
If you have a Carlos Flores, my God, I was such a groupie because when I look at Bologna at the draw, I say, "Oh fucking hell! It's Carlos Flores, my first game," and then he put in his team. I was start taking pictures with my phone from his team, like a group, and he was like, look at me serious, like, oh, he's a German player coming here. I'm gonna play serious. I want to win the whole thing, and I was like, I'm a groupie. Like I'm gonna I need an autograph. You know?
Did you get a selfie?
Like a selfie with the guys. Oh my God, it's an honor to be in the same table as you. That's why in the end I just shite the bed. Even if I tried to play well, I shite the bed at the end.
But does he take that? So when you go up to him and did you ask him for a selfie? He obviously understands that he is like phenomenal Subbuteo player, and he must get it with everybody that he plays. That everybody wants to play against him, get a photo with him. You know, he's like a celebrity.
I don't think so. After the problem is to be like probably the best player, current best player, and probably now it's debatable that he could be the best player of all time. People start gunning for him. Like people want a piece of the guy.
Yeah.
Like a guy like me, like a known German player who just arrived in Bologna. I'm just a groupie. Like I'm there to just try to learn. I don't know, one little thing that he can teach me. I'm gonna there to learn and bring it home, bring to Germany, back to Germany. But the guys who are on the tour, like play with him, they're gunning from him. Like if you watch the semifinals against Dimitris, it's a historical game because Dimitris is a great player. He's a young player. He's a Greek player playing for the Bologna Tigers, who beat him and Carlos scored 3-0 in the first half. And I was watching that game, and Dimitris is dead. There is no way that he's going to turn this game after 3-0 against the best player in the world. But Dimitris was gunning from him, like playing with his heart, like with all emotion and really like every time that he scored, and he was really bringing his heart into the table. And if you see the videos of this game, it's fascinating how he celebrates. I don't know Greek. We have a Greek player in Hanover, Haris, and I sent it to him like, you have to translate what he's doing. He's literally, there was a moment that he say, when he basically flips the game and is now 5-3 for Dimitris, he's just screaming like, I'm gonna eat the ball until tomorrow. Like Carlos will never get that ball again ever. But with his heart, like literally, and people start gunning from him. Carlos was full business. Like before the game, he didn't smile, put his table there, his team on the table, serious. Like I'm gonna. It was business for him. It was concentrated. After the game, after he demolished, he was the nice guy ever. Like took photos, selfie. I asked him. He was in a moment during the game when he was basically coaching me like this. Oh, Fred, the solution is there. Use that guy, not that guy. But the referee was Pascal Shin, I think, who just won a important tournament in Italy. Great player from Belgium. Was also coaching. So I had 3 world-class coaches in the last 5 minutes of the game, but they were giving the solution. They're like, Fred, this guy, not that guy. That block over here, not that block. That short flick over here, not the long one. And was again an honor, like to have Carlos Flores at least for 5 minutes and Pascal Schick as
coaching you,
coaches. You know,
that's what I noticed about it when he was playing you. That's what we were looking at the video, and that's what I noticed, that he was hammering you, but he was being really civil about it, and he was saying, "Oh no, try that, try that one." That's fucking top drawer, man. But everybody wants to beat the champ,
And another thing, he was not holding back. He was not holding back. If he was going for the score, he was going for the kill. It doesn't matter, which I think it's respectable. It's like you give the player who is traveling all the way down here from Germany, him himself traveling from Spain to Italy to play. He's gonna give the full talent that he has, and I want to see that. But again,
that's right.
With respect, saying, Fred, he is the solution, not there, which is an honor. And I use it. I learn it. I became a better player after that. And it's not an accident that I got the 4th place for the first time in the German Cup. So, yeah, I became a little bit of a better player because of it. And I have to be always.
Bologna brought your game on for Germany. So you improved from what you learned like playing against Flores and obviously seeing things he does.
That's the whole thing. The better you play, the better you get.
Yeah,
there is an old German socialist saying motto that they used to teach in the old GDR. It says, "Learn, learn, learn." That's like in school, like learn, learn, learn. That's your responsibility, and I think you can bring that to every aspect in life, including Subbuteo. The only responsibility that a player should have in a Subbuteo table is to learn, even if it's against a weak player or a strong player. It doesn't matter. It's your responsibility by the end of that 30 minutes. So, I learned that I didn't know before, because learning is infinite. Everybody has to learn. And I saw Dimitris, 20-year-old guy from Greece, playing with his heart. Just beat the best player, and probably one of the best players of all time in this sport. So it was amazing experience to watch that. Good.
We were shocked to find out that Flores didn't actually win that competition, because we just assumed he beat you, and then he was just going to go on and win it. And it's amazing when you find out that he doesn't win it, and you're thinking, who's better than Flores?
He doesn't really win everything, but it's just when he does win, it's just so fucking impressive, isn't it?
I know, but you expect him to win everything. Do you know what I mean? It's like Man City. You expect him to win everything.
The case of Flores is not just, of course, you can beat Flores. Nobody's unbeatable, I don't know. You can get the best, even in football, you can get the best team of all time. I don't know. Brazil of 82, probably, with Zico, Socrates, Falcão, probably was the best team of all time, even for Brazilian standards. They got beaten, they got beat by the Italians. So there is always a weak spot. And even with a guy like Flores, you're going to find it. But it's always impressive to see the way he wins, which is completely different. It's his speed. One thing that I've noticed also in his defense that I don't see that often here in Germany. Like when we put pressure on the ball here in Germany, we put it, but it's just like 1 or 2 centimeters close to the ball. Normally, the Germans would close the gaps in the line or try to block the second guy who's coming. That would be more the northern way, especially in the north. But what Flores was doing is like he putting pressure on the ball, but he's not putting pressure on the ball for 2 centimeters. It's like millimeters.
Yeah, his block is unbelievable.
The block is like the ball is here. He's gonna block. And another thing that I've noticed, not just from Flores, but from the Italian players, sometimes, and we don't do that. I had to learn, or we had to learn as a technique. They wait for the block. Like sometimes they sacrifice a block to optimize the second movement, which means that they let the other guys play 2 or 3 touches. So when they come for the perfect block. So it's a question of trade-off. You can't just, oh yeah, I do my touches, you do your movements, because if you do that, you're not going to optimize your blocks. They sacrifice. The Italians were doing that. Even as a referee, when I was refereeing and seeing an Italian player from, I don't know, even any of those Serie A guys, I always noticed they always sacrifice that defensive move because they want to optimize that. And it's something that I don't see as often here in Germany.
Yeah.
But they do it, and we have to learn.
What about you're coaching kids? You were telling us what sort of age group are you coaching? You know, you must have a lot of experience, like you're saying about blocking and playing all these top class players. What are you trying? What are you trying to put into the kids?
Yeah, with kids we can't go that far. That's too much game theory on that. That's an advanced level.
No, just a basics.
With kids, I think our main focus in Hanover is just let them have fun. I think that's the first thing. So, for example, one thing I'm doing with kids, like I'm taking out all the professional goalkeepers. I want them to use the old school goalkeepers, the small ones.
Yeah.
Why? Because with those goalkeepers, they can make more goals. So when they make more goals, they can, have more fun. And if they're having fun, they're going to stay with the game. So I think our main objective with kids, and we are working in Hanover with kids between 11 and 13. And if they are not, I don't know, there's modern days, right? If you don't get them attention, or if they're not hooked into the game, they're gonna find something else. They're gonna find another hobby. So our main priority is just let them have fun, score as many goals as possible. Forget about offside rules and I don't know, the correct. Of course, at the beginning you have to focus on the technique, like doing a correct flick, not using sideways, doing that lazy things.
Yeah.
But in general, like offside, or if the goalkeeper is the correct goalkeeper to do it, or even on throw-ins, to respect the quadrant, and shouldn't be. No, I just let them play. Like play, have fun.
Have fun. That's it.
My job is just to teach a better technique to flick the ball or to shoot, if they want to ship it or not, if they want to straight. So what I do it with kids is like in football, before they play the game, I do like a warm-up, like 5 minutes just controlling the ball, 5 minutes just shooting the ball. So they are more secure, they're more confident, right? Because when they play each other, they can control better the ball, because nothing could be more frustrating, I think, for an 11-year-old or 12-year-old to play a game of Subbuteo and not be able to score.
Yeah.
Because they're going to shite the bed. So teach them the basics and let them have fun, and everything is going to be fine.
That's class. And fair play to you for doing what you're doing. But before we go, will you give us a wee look around your because you've already done a what's in your box the last time you're on. So instead, we're going to have what's in your room, what's in your Subbuteo room.
Are we allowed to be political here? Because that could be controversial here.
You do you, Fred.
Show us what's in your room.
Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if I can do it here. Yeah, okay. Let's travel. Do a travel here. No, not really. It's from the Minions. I got the balls there.
Oh, very good.
And here's my trophies, but they're all from Tip Kick as well.
Skip that. Skip that.
Then I have Académica de Coimbra, where I used to live. I worked there for 1 year, so University of Coimbra in Portugal. This is my ground hopping tickets. Like if you're a ground hopper, you're always obsessed with the tickets. So you always have tickets from the derbies, whatever you travel around the world. Yeah, extreme pitch. Yeah, Martinog, I'm with you. I'm obsessed with extreme pitch. Yeah, just change it. Yeah, then that's the Hannover 96 wall with basically the ultras from the North Cove. Yeah, what else? Yeah, anti-fascist action, so we can fight the bad guys everywhere. Here also here's some trophies from. Here's my first Subbuteo set. I got it, as well as editions collections from Atletico de Bilbao, also nice. And something that would be interesting for you, Martino, I also have you here, which one of your citations. I don't know if you can read it. It's a player's game. That's very. That's Martino there, should be there as well. So yes, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, yeah, that's it. And some musical instruments, because when I got bored, like training the sets, I'm trying to, play some music, bass guitar, and everything is fine. That's it. That's the bunker. And the nickname that we have is the Talmud Stadium. This is called the Talmud Stadium because Ennis Talmud was the general secretary of the German Communist Party in the 1930s, and he was the main candidate of the communists against Adolf Hitler. He lost the election, and history turned the bad way. But if we had won that election, history would be completely different. So this is the Ennis Talmud Stadium, as a homage to Comrade Tellman from the German Communist Party. Salute and red front. Yes.
I don't know what to say. I'm scared to speak. Boys.
It's not our show.
I know in Derry you're not allowed to. I know in Derry things could be complicated. I know with the other community.
I have no artistic control, so Fred can say what he wants.
Fred, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on for the second time. Keep doing what you're doing with the kids, and keep playing, and keep flicking, and keep enjoying what you're doing. You and Simon are doing brilliant over there. I love what you are doing, and we're going to have a wee look at your video diary and highlights after the interview. So thanks for doing that for us as well.
Thanks. Just I'm also a big fan of the show. I watch every week. It's as I told you guys before, it's the best Subbuteo show in the English language out there. And of course. And come to Europe. Come to you have to, again, like I did with Bologna. You guys have to do it with as I told you before, and I do it in the club too. Just pick any tournament that you have faced with event in the continent in the months or the next months, and I will be there, and we can have a game, and that I think is the main objective as Subbuteo players. Yeah.
A game and an orange juice.
Yeah. I was kind of lucky because I travel with Simon, and we traveled like 7 hours to Bavaria, and before the tournament we played a friendly to warm up. And then the first draw was Fred against Simon.
Okay, Simon.
That's insane. Typical on Simon. And I got lucky and I beat him, and then I had to go to the upper draw and he went to the lower draw. But the good side was like at least one Hanover run, and one from Hanover would be on the upper draw part of the table rather than, and luckily it was me, but next time could be him or could be any of us. So I'm happy to play. That's the whole point.
Fred, you're doing brilliant over there, and keep it up and keep promoting the game. You're fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, chat to you soon. Thank you.
All right, Fred, man.
Bye, guys.
Thank you very much, man. An absolute legend of the game, and keeping things going there in Germany and getting kids involved as we all want to see. Very good. Bradley, some match highlights.
Get the kids out, they fuck.
instead of just match highlights this week, we're going to have match highlights and a video diary from Fred and from Simon when they were in Bavaria, as they were talking about earlier. So here is a little video of Fred and Simon. Sounds like a music video, doesn't it? Fred and Simon. Check them out. Here it goes.
So, hello from Hanover. Got the train this morning out of Hamburg. It's bucketing down. Arrived here and it's bucketing down again. I'm absolutely drenched. But I'm here under the statue of Ernst August, King of Hanover, related to the Queen somehow. Don't know how. But here I am waiting on Fred, ready to go to Bavaria for the Deutsche Pokal. So here we go.
You guys are just arriving in Bavaria. Yeah, so better watch out our backs. But but we arrived safe, so let's look forward for the tournament and
let's give someone a bloody nose.
That's the point.
Give someone a bloody nose.
Mine. Meine Fett. Der gehalten. Ja, Mann! Sorry, das ist einfach nicht. Nicht wieder. Jawohl! Hab schon vorher umgezogen. Sehr schön. Wie geil ist das denn? Jawohl! Sehr schön.
Well, that's it for the weekend. I'm at Hanover Station, ready to go head back to Hamburg. Had a class weekend. The results were terrible, but the crack was good and the beer was even better. So Yeah, finished 14th of 16, which isn't great, but my teammate Fred managed to come in 4th. So, yeah, all good. I can't wait for next year. So, hope you've enjoyed highlights that we did manage to catch, and catch us later. Cheers.
Magic video. Thank you, boys. And it's great what you are doing. Keep it going and keep going to tournaments. Only one thing left, Bradley, and it's the old results from around the globe. You want to give us some results this week?
Okay, look.
Go.
Okay, look. Where we go first?
How did Wrexham go? You want to go to Wrexham at the weekend there?
Wrexham. Okay, look. Very, very good. Well done, Kane Matthews, organising the festive IO on behalf of the Welsh Table Football Association.
Well done, Kane.
Held in Wrexham last weekend.
Star-studded event, I must say.
Star-studded event indeed. 5 groups. 6 groups. Oh shit, I've lost it. I don't know. 6. Oh shit, I've lost it. Got it again. 6 groups.
You have lost it.
Some big names. Indeed, some big names. Some good friends of the show. The god of the beautiful fountains was there himself, Elliot.
Elliot was his
David
father
Lauder. Too busy.
Sounded like a screaming man there.
Thank him. David Lauder. We sexy Brian.
Oh, Daly. I didn't see Daly in the results. Where did he end up?
Well, let's not go on about it, just. All right.
Oh, did he have a
Sexy Daly was there. Sexy Daly was there. We'll not go on about it.
Jesus, no.
Who else was there?
The decline of the great Brent Nicely.
Brent Nicely, wasn't
Top of the table in the fantasy football, as we talked earlier.
Well, then, my thing holds true. If you do well in the fantasy football, you will not do well in the Subbuteo. We'll not go on about Brendan, but he was there. All the Wolves boys was there.
Very good. Justin, no?
Justin and all the boys. Justin and Mick and Richard.
Richard, the badge. Very good.
Rudy was there. Our Rudy Peter Shinnig.
Yes, did he win the plate? I think Rudy did, didn't he?
Rudy did win the plate. Well, sure, we'll not bother getting to that later. Then we'll just spell it out now. It did.
I know, but it's only the plate. Let's get it out of the way.
It did draw 2-2 against your fucking latest man crush, Bob Varney.
Bob. Life in the peloton, Bob. Life in the peloton. Tip my cap to you.
Fucking Bob. You fucking Bob, anyway. Bob didn't top his group at all. Chris Thomas, star of the show. Topped his group, no doubt. Chris, some good matches. 1-0 against Bob Varney.
Chris beat Bob Varney 1-0.
Chris beat Bob Varney. What do we see? We'll go through the groups. Elliot topped his group.
Excellent, Elliot.
David Lauder coming in second. We Sexy D coming in third.
Plate for me.
Still. It's very good looking. Group 2, Alan Lee.
Top the group.
7 points. Herb Brenton wouldn't spoon that group, but he's very good at fantasy football. Chris topped his group with your
Man crush.
latest craze, Bob Varney, coming in second place. Her Rudy come bottom in that group against Mick Hammonds. What do we see how Rudy got on against Mick? Rudy P. Mick Hammonds from Wolverhampton has turned into Rudy P's nemesis.
Oh, did he
Mick
beat him?
Hammond, he's beaten Rudy 4-1.
4-1?
He's only gone on hump Rudy over the table. Anyway, we're not going about that either. We're not going about that. Chris Shirt has topped his group with Wolves, Justin Scott coming in sixth. Justin Scott with we're not going about. We're not get into that there. Lucas Whittle as well played in that group. Wouldn't spoon, but still pretty good performance.
Still playing.
Now, Group 5 features the one and only world number 1, Ruby Matthews, who came in second place, only just losing out to Tony McCann, who's very, very good.
Brilliant.
Group 6, who forgot? Aaron Skinner, top of that group. Kane Matthews coming in third. well,
unlucky, Kane, unlucky. Suppose, see, when you're organising, it's a bit harder to concentrate on your game and enjoy
it. It's hard to concentrate. So then there's a barrage round. So who's Kevin C? I'm not sure who Kevin C is. Anyway, quarterfinals. Elliot, the god of the beautiful fountains, lost out. You'll be happy. To your latest flame, Bob Varney.
What, Bob?
Hey,
Elliot, what's happening? You want the dogs, Elliot? Want the dogs?
Chris Shirt, he bit Kevin now 4-0. Chris Thomas, pick one over Aaron Skinner 1-0. And Alan Lee beat Welsh superstar David Lauder 1-0. And then the semis.
How did Ruby get on?
Ruby's on the pit.
Oh, did
Rudy?
they send it? Ruby
was on the pit. That's Kevin Cordell, I think it is, that was playing there. Semis, unfortunately for you, per Bob, hooked over the table by Chris Short.
Come on, Bob.
Come on, he's a good player. Good player. Hard line, Bob.
Well done,
For
Bob.
Alan Lee, 2-1 against Chris Thomas. Quite a good result, I'd say.
That's a good. I'd like to see.
I call that a 1.
I'd like to see my highlights.
2-1. So then you have the final, which was a 1-1 draw.
Yes.
Past extra time and the shots. Chris Thomas takes it 3-2. Very good, Chris. Congratulations.
Great shots, by the way. And as you can see on the
great
screen
day
there.
out. Great day out by all accounts.
Here, that was quite the bumper issue of results. Do you want to fast forward to Derry results on Monday night?
I could do that. Hold on a second. Well, 6-man league. Kenny Beggs made a blinder. Foley revived his mojo from the All Ireland Championship and hammered everybody.
What about this goal?
Some goal. But that was Kenny all night. That was Kenny on form. All night. Did very well.
But do you know what? Do you know what the beauty of that whole thing was? Kenny showed up. No box. He was away getting his car fixed. So he was late to getting out of Belfast or wherever he was. Showed up with Barry's team, Barry's claw, and then spanked Barry 4-0.
Spanked Barry 4-0. Dirty bastard.
How'd you get on against Sir Kenny?
Dirty Kenny. Kenny Beggs bit me 3-0.
Kenny beat
you 3-0. It was 1-0 then in the first half. Sure, Kenny gets a shot. Kenny scores. You know what I mean?
Kenny, what was my result against Kenny?
I don't know.
He just beat me the 1.
Oh, did he? Just the 1-0? Oh,
just the 1.
Then, wasn't he?
Well, he had won the group, but I was fighting for second place. So
you were. Second place come down to the last games between myself, you, and Barry, and you played very, very well in the night. Very, very well.
You want to tell everybody
yourself. Coming in third.
The result of the evening?
Beat me 2-1 in the evening. You're very good. Played very, very well. Right on the buzzer. The second goal went down.
Hold on. Fantasy football. Anna beat you at Subbuteo. So what your theory is up the left?
No,
I'm just saying.
Who got more points than who this week in fantasy football?
Just saying overall position.
Who got more? I got 66 points in fantasy football this week. You only got like 52.
I'm not.
So my theory holds good.
I don't
think
it
well
does.
At fantasy football, you'll do shit at Subbuteo. And if you do shit at fantasy football, you'll do well at Subbuteo.
Terrible theory.
Anyway, I think were you not only sitting on like 40 whenever we were playing the match?
Aye, but then our Edward scored, so everything's good.
Anyway, our Baz come out anyway, second place. Beat me 1 in the final match.
Beat me 1-0. He was very good. So he was in good form.
It was very good. But Sir Kenny was just
the two other boys, D and Oshin, also played very well, I think.
Yeah, Oshin played very well. They were all
Oshin got 4 points, did he?
Somebody tell you.
I think he beat me and then drew with me.
Oshin did finish with 2 points. Two draws.
Well, two draws. And D got a draw. A wee bit of controversy I want to bring up. And me and D's match. So
that's right. I forgot about that.
But the thing,
dirty.
but listen, I know.
Dirty. D,
and everybody.
Let's just tell everybody, D is Derry City's newest member.
The serving member.
This is in fact D's third time coming and playing at a wee tournament. Isn't it?
More than 3. These have lots of tournaments on their
You're the
belt.
man that keeps touting. Oh, you have to bring in the new boys. You have to welcome in the newcomers. Treat them right.
Yep.
Pacey, treat them right.
Honeymoon period's over.
What happened when you were playing D? What happened when you were playing D? And D went 1 up.
Well,
1-0 up. 1-0 up.
I had a corner.
No. He's cheating. Kelly, what happens if... And you went, that's the lady's goal.
Yes,
dirty
I
bastard.
did. Well, let me explain myself. Let me explain before you... Let me explain. I had a corner.
Anyway, it's okay.
His keeper saved it. The ball rolled up the far end into my box. He bolted up the other side of the table. I bolted down one side of the table to try and grab my keeper. And he run and flicked and hit a shot. The ball was stopped. He run, flicked, hit a shot. I couldn't even get to my keeper. Ball in the empty net. Kicked the ball in the empty net.
And you said that because his keeper saved it, you were entitled to a block.
Yes.
Now, you're only entitled to a block when the keeper saves the ball if a player on the field has to be reset, repositioned. So if you had shot and your player had fallen over and that player had to be stood back up, then yes, you'd be entitled to a block.
Oh, so they
but
were
if it is just a save, no, you're not entitled to a block. So just because D beat you in a fucking race up the 3-foot table, you took the hump and disallowed his goal.
4 foot. So you've been playing the game completely wrong then, because every time you have a shot against me and I save it, you're all I have a block, I have a flick. That's because every time I save a shot against you, you say I have a block. It has been, people have been doing that, and when we've been doing it, I was only playing by the rules.
You weren't. You were playing by your rules. You were playing by house rules.
Nah. That's the rules.
You disqualified D's goal on the basis of house rules, which is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You wouldn't get away with that 60 days.
The only reason,
in fact, I think answers on a postcard. I think we Daly should come in here. Brian should come in and reconfirm what happens. Is there a block?
We disallows every fucking goal scored against them. Remember? And he knows it.
Well, we did is quite knowledgeable about the rules, so
he is.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll not go on about it. 30. I feel bad for that.
Anyway,
I wouldn't have disallowed him the goal. I would have given the goal. I'd have said, D, get on you, man.
I'm done with being soft. I know you're watching.
I'd have encouraged the new blood. I'd have encouraged the new blood on the league.
See, that's what happens, and then I would have ended up forcing the table or something. No, that's what happens. You'd be too soft, and then you let things go, and then at the end of the tournament, you're going, I shouldn't have given that goal to him. No, I'm being fair from now on. Sorry.
Okay.
Right. That's enough for results.
Okay.
Let's get out of
here. Are you sure that's enough for results?
Yeah, that's
enough for results?
Definitely enough.
There's more to come. There's more here to come.
No, keep them. Keep them for next week. Keep them for next week. We've had a bumper result show. Right, Martin Oak, thanks very much. It's been great to catch up with you again. And thanks for Fred for coming on. And thanks for Kits for Flicks for sponsoring the Fantasy Football. And thanks for Gary Downs for big praise. Keep watching and keep flicking. Oh, sorry. That's fucking your man's lane.
Whose lane?
Stuart Grant's. Keep flicking.
Is that what he says? Keep flicking? You can't be saying that, then.
That's a foul flick.
You're going to make up your own one now.
I'll see you next week.
Fuck off. See you next week.
See you next week. I like that as well. Right, see you later.